Allahu, 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 Allah.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I pray all is well with you and your family, Sheikh. Inshallah, hopefully, you and your family is also full of Iman, inshallah. I am seeking guidance on whether an Amazon delivery service partner, DSP, business would be halal business to own. For context, okay, so they mentioned the whole reason why they were asking, because there are different content in the packages. Some are halal, some are haram, never know. So just clarifying what is DSP is. So I'm not going to go into that whole thing. The only thing that I would like to mention is that the DSP is hired by Amazon or any other company to provide the service of delivery. As for the packages containing impermissible items or problematic contents that may have to be delivered, the deliveries will be excused. The reason is that you do not know what's inside, and you cannot know. You cannot know, you have no idea. You cannot open and then pack it and repack it, whatever it is, right? Whatever comes, you have to deliver. So it is uncertain what it is in it, right? And the majority of the cases, the contents are permissible, and that will be the default. That will be the default. But it is highly advisable that a small portion of revenue as a form of purification should be given out monthly or whatever it is, right? Just to be in case, because there may be a lot of course, there might be deliveries that might be haram, but we have no idea what it is, right? But end of the month or end of the year, whatever it is possible, it is advisable just to give out some sadaqah for purification. Otherwise, it is totally permissible, these deliveries. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Will a person who mocks one who has a desire for same sex be sinful? So if a person is mocking someone else, a person who is being mocked has a desire for the same sex be sinful. The mocking will be sinful. This is a question, that whether to make fun of that person. We have to understand that every human being has deviant, sinful desires. As long as that person does not justify those evil desires and does not act upon them. There's so many desires come up, a person doesn't act. It comes and it goes. There's nothing wrong with that. And if someone, let's say, shares with someone, these desires shouldn't be shared anyways, but for some reason a very close friend or someone just shares it. But the person is not acting upon it, nor is justifying those desires. So a person who is mocking that person will be sinful. Remember that, right? Just mocking at that person, because that might be more dangerous. You know why? Because if a person is fed up with these mocking and all that, say, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and fulfill my desires. You're laughing at me anyways, making fun of me anyways. So, whether it's the same-sex desires that come in, or even the opposite sex, but the desires are not halal. Let's say a woman or a man, a woman has some desires for a man that is not mahram. A man has desires for a woman that is not. So these can come up, but of course, unless a person justifies those evil desires and acts upon them, then a person even though should not be mocking at that person, but the correct way is out of wisdom, out of kindness, to teach them, to educate them. But that what desire, the desires that you have and you're acting upon them or you're justifying them, it should not be like, this is not Sharia, this is not Islam. Right? And as I said, mocking him or her may even lead to him or her becoming stubborn on his desires. So we have to be very careful upon these situations. We have to be very wise how these issues should be. And if you cannot take care of it, like send it to some sheikh or send an alim or someone who can help that individual. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Are there any specific repercussions from hadith for those who break up marriages? You know, it's very sad and very unfortunate that, you know, as we know in Islam, in Sharia, Sharia has emphasized the importance of protecting and mending marriages, not breaking them. That is why there's so much, you know, there's steps that if two, you know, couple are not, they're not going well in their lives, so what steps they should be taking. That is the last resort, that all those steps are taken and is not working out, then there's a way. That is fine, no problem. That is something else I'm talking about. But the question here is, any repercussions from hadith for those who break up marriages? Here is not talking about husband and wife. It's talking about third party. And unfortunately, family members are involved willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly. Both sides are involved in this. The situation that we don't understand is that when two people get married, we should not be involved in their lives. And we think that we have the right to be involved. The parents have a full 100% right to be involved in the son's life and the wife's, and in the, and, you know, if they're the daughter, they're the daughter's lives. When they are married, you should respect their boundaries, you should respect their decisions. Respect, yes, if God forbid, if they're going against Islam or something, that is something else. I mean, we can advise, of course. But what I'm saying is that we are so much involved in their lives that what happens, a time comes when there's a break, almost a breakup. So this is very dangerous. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, is hadith in Abu Dawood, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ خَبَّبَ إِمْرَأَةً عَلَى زَوْجِهَا. That the one who incites a woman against her husband is not from us. A person who incites against her husband, or vice versa, of course, to go against the husband or to go against the wife, it's very dangerous, and you are the one, if breakup happens, you are the one, you're responsible of doing these things. That you are separating an ummah, because two makes an ummah. We have to understand that. Children, and then upon the children, upon children, upon children. Muslims upon Muslims, upon Muslims, upon Muslims. We forget these things. And we forget that we are held accountable for that. There's a hadith in Sahih Muslim, yes, in Muslim, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said that about shaitan, brings a arsh upon his own arsh. Shaitan arsh brings it upon the ocean, upon water, and calls all his minions, all his shayateen, and then sends them, disperses them to go and do evil and comes in. So in the evening they come back, and then Iblis starts asking one by one, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? So one day came, okay, we did this, we did that. And I'm like, no, you didn't do nothing. And the shayateen comes up, yes, I separated husband and wife. And then come close to me, sit close to me, and embraces them. This is the correct thing that you have done. Because not two people, the two families are being separated. Right? So this is very dangerous to do, and this is a major sin to do these things. And people who are involved in this, and unfortunately people are being involved so much in the family of husband and wife that they don't know what they're doing. And because of that, separations happens. So they will be held accountable, and mending marriages, not bringing, but mending marriage is so important in Islam. But unfortunately it becomes a drama in the family and relatives. It becomes a talk of the town, and then people are having fun about it and talking about it here and there. And these talks, they reach to the husband, they reach to the wife, and then these things creates misunderstanding. And so we should be well-wishers for husband and wife, not be enemies for them. That's it for today, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. As
Allahu, Allahu, Allahu.